So next, we're going to hear about the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, and the chair of that department is Ertugrul Tasaroglu, or as he goes by, E.T. So E.T., his research interests are in theoretical and applied mechanics and structural and geotechnical earthquake engineering. So I've talked to him about the fact that the house that I bought a few years ago, we happen to live on this little small area that has something called liquefaction, which is not good in California. But so he is currently leading projects studying soil structure interaction, so exactly this kind of issue, and performance-based seismic assessments and simulations of structural responses under extreme loads. For example, if there's an earthquake, my house will slide as if it's on liquid. So anyway, I want to tell you something about E.T.'s sort of career trajectory, which helps to emphasize our dedication in engineering to the undergraduate experience. So E.T. takes the helm of the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department this year after concluding his leadership as chair of the Academic Senate Undergraduate Council, okay? At the same time, he was also vice chair of the Civil and Environmental Engineering Department, preparing to step up and be the chair. So this was a huge task that E.T. took on. He didn't have to do that. Being vice chair is enough to check the service box as a professor. And what really excited me about E.T.'s participation in the undergraduate council was one of the things that he did is tried to get the rest of UCLA to adopt the practice already in place in engineering, where we provide sort of guaranteed undergraduate advising for all of our students. So as an undergraduate in the School of Engineering, every quarter, you have a faculty advisor. That would be true almost anywhere. There's somebody, who's my faculty advisor? There's a name, okay? But the question is, are you actually going to meet with that person? And we did a study of our system, like, I guess more than a decade ago now at this point, and we found out that the biggest hurdle to undergraduate students meeting with their advisor was setting up the appointment time. Because you send them an email, they're busy, you're busy, you have schedules, and you're trying to, and so we kind of took that step out because we wanted all the time to be spent having the meeting. And so we have a system now where all of our professors are required, and this is something that they all get used to being bugged about, but they all do it, to post exact 3 hours during second week. And we did a focus group on that among the student leaders to find out. It turns out first week you're still figuring out, getting your furniture from IKEA or picking your final classes. And by third week, you're worried about midterms. So second week is that sweet spot where you think you actually will have 10 minutes to talk to your advisor. Anyway, the thing is, whatever department you're in, you have an advisor and you know what 3 hours, you just go to their office and they are told to pick their hours, like pick an hour that crosses over two class times, so it's very unlikely that you'll have a conflict to meet with them. But if you do, you can meet with any professor in your department. In fact, even if you do meet with your advisor, you can meet with any professor in your department. You just click on this button, say, change my advisor or see their hours. You see all the professors in your department and what their 3 hours periods are, and go to talk to whoever you want. And we collect statistics on this advising, and we found out that, based on those statistics, 95% of the people who respond to our survey had a good experience with their advisor. And for the other 5%, we have this button called Change Your Advisor, and you can change your advisor to anybody in your department. But anyway, so it was really gratifying to me that E.T. took our idea and evangelized it out to the rest of the department. But I've been talking way too long, so here is E.T. to tell you about civil and environmental engineering.
Thank you, Rick, for that introduction. First of all, I'd like to begin by telling you that I have young kids, and I would hope that they would one day be able to gain admission to a prestigious school such as UCLA, so I'm sitting on those chairs instead of this one. And with that also, I'd like to offer you my congratulations. You've made it among thousands of applicants. To be able to get into this elite school is a great achievement. Now on to the pitch for my civil engineering department. I'd like to begin that by pointing out that the civil in civilization is the word that defines our profession. Civil engineers provide all the things that make our civilizations possible, and certainly it's the oldest engineering profession, and civil engineers did the heavy lifting when human civilization was taking root. Of course, we've come a long way since the Egyptian pyramids and the Roman roads and aqueducts, but the challenges remain and perhaps even are intensifying. So we need the brightest and best minds to address these ongoing challenges. I'd like to point out, for example, that civil engineering is ubiquitous in everything that we have right now, even this iPhone that I'm using. The electrical engineer who designed the circuits for this iPhone, the computer scientist who wrote the software for it, and my kids who constantly use iPhones. We all need shelter, transportation, other things that civil engineers provide. Without those, none of those would be possible. And of course, we've come a long way since the Romans and the pyramids and everything. But there are more of us now, and there are less of things. So we need the best and the brightest minds coming into civil engineering to solve some of these challenging problems we face due to climate change, increased population, and of course, increased needs of the human population. Now, on to my department. We have organized our department's research and teaching activities among these three sort of main themes. And if you attend the session after this one, you'll hear details about each of these ideas. But let me point out to you that just like other engineering departments here, we boast the brightest professors in the nation. Our department probably has the highest number of National Science Foundation's Career Award winners. We certainly have the absolute largest number of research prize winners from American Society of Civil Engineers. Our American Society of Civil Engineers student chapter is #1 in the nation based on the design competitions that they participate. So you'll be coming into a very accomplished department with professors and with a great cadre of existing students. So with that, I'd like to just invite you to attend our session after this one, where you'll be able to meet our faculty and hear more details about our curriculum and our research activities. So thank you.